Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raid Shadows. Hopefully you're doing well and hopefully you're looking after yourselves and hopefully having a good week. We've got the video going and I promised this video before she came out, and it was going to be the Deck of Fates champion. We're on Edwin Peak's account. He's been lucky enough to pull uh, this champion called Freyja, right? She's part of the 4 lot of the Argus, Argus. You guys know what I mean by the promotion. Anyway, so she's a fantastic champion overall. She looks super cool. I'm gonna go over a kit and I'm gonna kind of show a different way of using her today and why I'm gonna go over a different way of using her. I think we might have got um I think we might have misjudged Freyja, to be honest. I've included myself in stream. I think we've actually been building her wrong. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the way to build up this current meta and get the best utility out of her. So, we're going to start with A3. She removes all buffs from all allies, places a block buff on this champion on all champions for 2 turns. Also fills the target turn meter of all allies by 20%. Now that's on a 3-turn cooldown. That's quite a bit of turn meter to kind of boost your team up, and also the cleanse and block buffs is nice. She will still be acceptable to torment potentially, which can be a little bit of a problem, but I think this is where we're all going wrong. I kind of like the look of her using it as a turn meter boost champion, not as a go second champion. I think right now there's 2 problems with her. One, right now that the go second meta is kind of dying off and it's mainly speed meta. And I think this build is more aimed at live arena, which could potentially throw a lot of people off and use her overall in this situation. And obviously Narcissus. Narcissus does ignore her passive. I have tested this and that is one concern as well. But that's the same with like the dwarf champion as well, which can also have his passive can be ignored by Narcissus A2 as well as Sigford as well. So a couple of passives very similar to this, where she would basically prevents the highest one of the critical damage, a death, and then like she heals them, etc. An intense active turn. So I think with the right nuke cutouts could be fantastic. Then the A2 she places increased defense on all allies. Then she'll place a shield on all allies, depending on the portion of the target's defense, which is pretty nice. Again, you have to be careful with this with Narcissus. And then she tests all enemies and has a 40% chance to provoke. You can also go with Face of Presence, who could be a fantastic champion for Hydra for sure. She's definitely a champion that you can use for Hydra overall. I really like her. I think she's a great champion overall. Great kit. There is rumors that she's going to be the Deck of Fate champion. I have no idea if she will be, but it will be one of them ones that we check out. Anyway, let's go into the arena and let's have a look what style of build I'm kind of showcasing today and how I would actually use her in Classic and Live Arena. Okay, so this is the style of a team that I think she's actually going to be the best in. So we've got Armads for the speed lead, so that's going to be key. He's also going to be a lockout champion. It's going to replace with Warlord, Yumokone, Catrixia. I think Armads and Catrixia are the best 2, maybe even Star Sage. You want that lockout ability, and then you want that turn meter boost champion, which would be the fastest, which could be a Arbiter. We all can access an Arbiter. I'm going to use Abyss for today's video. And then she's going to be the second turn meter boost champion with that A3. Now you could make her the fastest, so she cleanses the team and go through, just like a Kaja would as well. And then I think using in harmony with increased defense could be a good call as well. But we're actually going to open the A3, so it doesn't matter if you use a in harmony or attack based nuker. This is going to be what we go with today. Sung Wong hasn't got great build on this account, so I'm actually not going to use that. Actually, we're going to use Mesmo. Mesmo is a cool champion, and I did a champion showcase on her the other day. So you guys are interested in the builds, go ahead, check that video out. I'll ping it up here somewhere for that video, but let's go check out what we're going to do with her. Also, Mesmo can South buff, which is super nice. Obviously, she gives increased attack anyway. I needed some water. Anyway, so we're going to do increased speed first. Our man's going to come through. And then we're going to do the A1. And then we're going to do the A3. So again, you could make her the fastest, but I'm actually thinking about using her as a turn meter boost champion. So if we're unlucky and they cut in, her passive will detect Mesmer, which is what you want really in a nuker, right? You want her to detect Mesmer, so or the nuker overall. So she can definitely do that ability, which is going to be super key. Obviously, playing revive on death with her is not going to be super effective. And then we can place the shield as like extra. What way do I look at extra? Extra survivability. All right, that's the word we're looking for. I was trying to think of the word for that. And then we can come through and do the AoE here, like that, pop. And basically, if they cut it in, Monkey revived, let's say Monkey revives, cuts in, then her passive ability just really does her well. And I think, honestly, this is her strongest defense. Let's try not to use a nuker so strong. Let's try and use a weaker nuker. Let's try Monk. He's quite fast. He's like 300 speed. Actually, that'd be perfectly fine, actually. Now, Trunda is faster here. Then that's perfectly fine because end of the day, Freyja is going to protect Horsey, right? I'm actually going to let him go in ahead and just let Freyja do a thing. I'm going to put block buffs. And I'm actually going to let them do the thing. So I'm just going to press A1 right now. Hopefully we don't enfeeble. We're doing feeble. That's not what I wanted to do. Do A1. And then kind of see if she does a thing. Do have decreased defense on us now. Obviously that doesn't show much because she had the enfeeble on her. I wanted to kind of show it off. What I wanted to try to show you there, but that team was just generally too weak. Let's try and show you on this one. Let me draw. Actually, we'll keep in Armads for now. But I basically want to let them go first, so I can kind of show you the utility, which we will show you in a second. Do A1 here. Actually, provoke a decent amount there. You can see that provoke is nice. I will get a sheeped a little bit. My provoke is very low. You could also go pinpoint as well on her, which would be quite strong. So I think pinpoint could be very good. But I just don't feel like the go second is the best way to go. Obviously, she can cleanse there, which is super nice. Again, I could kill them, but I'm trying not to kill them because I want to showcase this. Okay, so you see there, let's say I made a mistake. Then this was a good way of actually saying, actually, we just kept Horsey alive because I'm pretty sure we procced and then he's got an instant turn, which again is fantastic, right? Because you come in, bop. You're going to do the ability here. It's on a 4-turn cooldown now, which is quite long, but then we can put shields out. Obviously, we've got increased defense. We have the CC champion. All of this helps Freyja, right? This is how you get the full utility out of Freyja. And then we're just going to do A1. Like so. And then again, you're just going to do that. Provoke on A1, AoE, 40% chance when booked. You can also go Fierce Presence if you wanted. We've got Sigfrid here, which is super strong nuker. She's a Force Affinity, which is a good affinity against most of the powerful nukers, which is going to be very good as well. Obviously, Narcissus can be an issue for her, but to be honest, I kind of see the idea of using her with like a Narcissus. So if you have a Sifi or something, this could be very, very good overall. And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like we could definitely use her. I think she's gonna be definitely up there meta in this style of build. If people figure out how to build her this way, I think she's gonna be very good in live arena. Obviously, once I get her on my account, I'm actually gonna go for her because I said, I think it was yesterday in stream, that I wasn't actually gonna go for her, right? Because I didn't see the utility in her. Now I see the utility in her, and the only thing she doesn't have, which I think would make her pretty strong, a bit stronger, is a revive, right? So she comes in anyway, like so. Block buff, super powerful. I think she definitely will be my second turn meter boost champion when it comes to arena. I actually really like her in Narcissus as well, to be honest. I think she's really strong with Narcissus. And I can definitely see some good use out of her. We have got a pretty strong horsey build because we use this horsey in live arena. Obviously, we all can access Marius, which is again a bonus, right? Being able to access Marius. Marius is in hybrid build here. Increase accuracy as well for her A1 on Marius throughout the run for live arena will be super strong as well to get that provoke off much better. Obviously, you got Abyss as well to extend the accuracy buff as well, to make it super strong. Now we have a warlord here. This is a super strong account. I'm not too sure if I'm fast or not, so I'm actually going to put a proper team in here. For example, we'll bring in Catrixia, who will be here somewhere. Catrixia, because of warlord, and then I'm actually going to bring in Sigford as well, and we're going to use this like so. So Narcissus is definitely like a big counter to her. But as long as, like, if you take the Narcissus first, then Narcissus is not a problem, right? Which is one thing you can kind of look at. So we're going to go overhead. We're going to reset here and cleanse. We just lost out to the turn. Going to metamorph. Now, Sigford already had stone skin on him, so Freyja didn't get the chance to use her passive ability. It will be interesting to see if we procced it. The team is a bit strong, like so. She didn't proc the passive because of the stone skin. That's amazing, because now we have the potential to proc it. Now we already have the block buffs on her, so I'm actually going to do the A2 to add some more survivability in to the team. And then this will just help us kind of bring this back if we can. This is not a easy team by necessary far, but you can see that it's holding. We're not being destroyed just yet. And obviously we're going to do the turn meter boost here to help her get through. And then she does a thing. The Trickster is going to come in and lock them out, which should help me along so I don't get a weak hit. Oh, we get sheeped instead. So to be honest, if we're honest here, if we didn't get sheeped and they didn't have Armads, we probably would have beat them, because we would have had to revive. But if we can see this instant turn, it would be super nice. Oh, she died. Just too fast. I kind of wish we was faster so we could cut in and kind of show the full utility there. But never mind, we can move on to the next one. She'd be solid against Hedgie if you can get her in 4-piece stone skin fast. Potentially you can put her in a 4-piece stone skin at like 350 speed. Potentially I can do that on my account. think that'd be pretty strong. I'm gonna take in Mesamal in this fight, like so. Mesamal obviously is a super squishy nuker. She doesn't have the survivability like a like Sigford, right? So this could be much better. I don't feel she's gonna be that good with Sungwon, if I'm honest, because they both got very good passives. And then we're gonna come through like that. Let's bring her back into his fight. Which will be super cool. I'll place the block buffs on us. We're not gonna do a revive on death because I want to see if we can proc it. I don't think we procced it there. We're gonna go ahead and kill her. Because in it there, I don't think we procced Freyja's passive there. So it's still not procced. Super strong. She's gonna be strong against this guy anyway. So if you're struggling against this guy in arena, she force affinity plus the shields will be quite good. And now we're just gonna see if he'll do his ability. I'm not too sure if he's locked out. I don't want to kill him. It looks like we could kill him. But I think she's definitely got a lot of utility in these type of speed teams. So if you got like a really fast Arbiter, use her to go before Arbiter so she can do the block buffs. Could be the way to use her, and I think this is how you get the full effectiveness from her. Obviously, we've already proved that it's nice to see her her in full action with the passive. And if we are unlucky here, for example, we had a revive on death, which I don't think would have procced a passive, but we can go ahead and check. Okay, so I think we had the instant turn, but the multi-hitter from Foley went through the passive. So multi-hitters could be a problem with that passive ability. Let's go back rounds. Bop, bop, bop. Block buffs, more turn meter, so our nuker can go, which is a good thing as well. We'll take up Foley this time. So she dies, that's fine. Not going to put the revive up because Freyja's ability should be full swing. So he does a double hit. There's the instant turn. So the instant turn procced on him, but Hefrakat's the second turn killed the killed them, which is the problem with Freyja. Kind of wish it was like unkillable as well, potentially. So that's one thing that you could be a issue, I suppose. Maybe with Sigfrid would be stronger because Sigfrid's got a passive ability anyway. So that could potentially work. I wonder if the passive stack as well, actually. But you can see some weakness in her. So she's not super OP, which is good. We don't want super OP. We want balanced champions, right? Block revive is probably a bit of a problem, but it's fine. 20% turn meter as well is actually quite big. It's definitely up there. Like Abyss is 30 or 20. Yeah, so Abyss is 30. She's a mythical. I think Arbiter is 30. So if you use her as a turn meter boost champion, plus the passive of protecting Nuka, that's definitely going to be always a bonus, right? Plus the shields. Yeah, I mean, we can pretty much kill these teams fairly good overall. And then I will talk about a few ways that you could potentially build up. I just don't feel like you're going to get the full utility out of her as a Go second champion. Especially with this meta right now. I think that's the main issue, is this meta is the way to go. This meta is the speed, basically. let's go to look at Freyja's build, and we'll talk about some different masteries, different builds that we can go with, and some bits and bobs throughout, and hopefully kind of help you see the full utility in her. So this is how we build then. I will go through our stuff then. So the first thing that I focus on in this style of build as a termite to boost, say for example, we make a faster on Arbiter. Arbiter, she puts the block buffs on, and you could drop Arbiter speed quite low, for example, with her. And then just speed tune her with Arbiter. You can use a Dreadwood sight for that. And then obviously Arbiter will bring you a speed lead as well. And then Arbiter will bring you like another 20 or 30% termite, I can't exactly remember. And then that'll allow you to speed tune your lockout and then your nuker pretty easy. Now, if you use two termite boost champions, it's quite easy to speed tune your nukers, which basically stops them cutting in on you. There is a few ways that could be a bit of an issue. For example, Sonic set could be a problem for you. Obviously, there is Temple of Chains, which is normally the 5-star, 6-star blessing, can cut in on you and lock you out. They're normally on lockout champions like Catrixia, Armads, etc., which you would have to keep an eye on. Again, only really focus about 4 or 5, and that's if you're using C-Feet as well. Then it comes a bit of a weak source. And then obviously after that, I prioritize the defense, obviously some HP as well. You want a good balance between HP and defense. Even with the shields based on defense, you have to remember in arena, a lot of people are running ignore defense nukers. And if she has like 40,000 HP but 7,000 defense, she's going to be super squishy and she's just going to get one shot all the time. So that's one thing to kind of take into consideration. And then some accuracy would be viable as well as an option for her. That's one thing to kind of keep an eye out, so you can see all the gear there. For blessings, I think for right now, I think Life Harvest is super strong on her. I just think you get such a termite here as well. The potentially polymorph as well, which would probably be the best way to go, especially if you've got a bit more accuracy on her for 6-star. And then what else could you use? Fallen Wrath might not be a bad idea. Template Chains wouldn't be a bad idea. Lightning Cage if you got in Stone Skin as well. This one for speed teams if you got a super nice one to increase your speed aura and decrease their speed aura. And then these are the masteries that I went with on her builds. So for example, I'm going for shield growth. We're also going for lasting gifts, time intervention, especially if you're not running this on a arbiter. Cycle of magic, so you could cut in and then do a termite boost. Super nice here as well. Most of the time it's a proc because a lot of the nukers should be built with 100% critical rate. Then we've got Retribution with a 50% chance of counter attack when she loses quite a bit of HP, which has the AoE provoke on it. And then just damage reduction masteries as well on this side. I went with Shadow Heal because it goes up against the UDK. This could be quite good to get a little bit of heal on her. And then you also could use Wisdom of Battle in replacement for that as well, or go for the accuracy support side as well. Now, there's definitely a few options of masteries that you can definitely do. I'm just going to pull up Raid Bro here, for example, so I can kind of show you what some other masteries you could do as well as option. For example, if you wanted a bit more accuracy on her, you could try something like this. Master Hexer doesn't do anything, but you can definitely go something like this, for example. Again, Snipe doesn't do anything, but you'd have to take one of them to kind of make that work. Extra defense as well, and go something like this, or you can go super like that as well. Take cycle of you take rapid response there as well, which could be one way of building her as well, which would definitely be viable. Another way that you could potentially build her then is actually trying to increase the fearsome presence. So if you wanted to kind of try and have extra chances of provoking them, so you can go like lasting gifts, and then you could go something Like this, for example, could be quite strong as well. Damage reduction at the top. Physical presence to give a 5% chance more to provoke. That could be quite solid. Or if you want to more go second teams in like 6-piece bolster or 4-piece bolster and bolster set, which again could be quite strong. 6-piece stone skin with reaction as well. So you wanted to take up some tankage, like for example like this, and then you just come in. Oh, you come in with like this as well. So for tanky, actually I'd go like that. This is one option as well if you wanted to build a tanky freyja. Definitely for like it's more like go second teams. But they are the options that you could do potentially. At the moment we just went full speed, fast as possible, available on Edwin Peak's account. I didn't take any gear really. I took a little bit of chest from Gina, was about it. And then we're using protection set because it works as a speed set down the bottom, which generally helps with the speed as well. So make sure you speed tune her with your fastest one so she doesn't get cut in on. And that's one thing you could take the full consideration of her ability here as well. So I believe this is the best way to build her for the correct meta. And I think that this prevent on death is super strong. Obviously, I won't deny the fact that his passive is stronger, if I'm honest. This dude, I did a video champion showcase on him about 2 weeks ago. I will ping this video up here somewhere. But her passive is not as strong as this one for sure, because block damage is quite powerful. And if they did put a block damage on her, she definitely would be really powerful. But she is still the better champion overall by a long shot. She got the turn meter, she got the cleanse, she's got the block buffs, she got the provoke. She could be used in way more areas of the content, siege, 3 versus 3 as well. And then she has the shields, increased defense, and then AoE provoke. Just much better kit overall. And for me, she's a much better champion than Godfrey overall. So that's my opinion. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think as well. Will you go for free or not? I have a cracking account almost there. In all fairness, I will still go for her as well after this. Definitely changed my mind. I can see some utility in bringing her into the speed meta side, which is what I'm actually lacking in is turn meter boost champions. So that definitely will be one thing that I will look into myself. Anyway, that's it from me. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Grim. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.